Cancer, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your reading for the rest of October. We're going to take a look at, I don't know. I'm just going to go with the flow. I've been doing that with this batch, and we're just going to see what happens. We're going to open up the energies to spirit, and they've just been kind of leading me through. So some of the readings have been past, present, future. Some of them is the overall general energy leading into what we don't see coming up in November as we enter into Scorpio season, moving from Libra season. So let's see what's going on. Let's call the spirits in and see what's happening for you, Cancer. Thank you for tuning in. I want to also send out my prayers and my thoughts to anyone around the world that is being impacted by the weather patterns as of late. My heart goes out to you, each and every one of you. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Cancer today. Okay, I've got two decks here. We have Sacred Geometry Activations and Sacred Geometry of Relationships. Let's see what the frequencies are for you all coming into the reading. What Spirit wants you to know for the rest of the month. These are hard to shuffle, y'all, but a lot of potential, a lot of possibilities here. Ooh, Soul Time. I like that. Soul Time and Dynamic. There we go. There's the third. Multidimensionality. You're making great strides in your soul development. It looks like some of you already have this intention at this time. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, I almost want to say immortal. The corporeal body is mortal. I live near a cemetery every day. I'm aware. The soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. Wow, look at that. It's like it reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. And maybe remember that too, more so than you typically do. Maybe set that as an intention to see the soul in others. It does change the way we relate to other people. There is a new reality emerging. And when we do recognize, right, the light of the Creator within us, it just makes everything better. It really does. Now, along with this soul time energy, you have dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. You're going into a brand new journey. This is a reset point for the collective, and this is why all this new energy is coming in. New ideas, new opportunities. I mean, I think we always have those close at hand, but as a collective, we're definitely stepping into a new soul frequency, a new higher aligned timeline where we are acting from our more wise selves. At least a lot of us have that intention. And now what once was a concept is now actually being embodied. So you have this opportunity now to move through this new journey, this new timeline with grace, ease, and great joy, recognizing the multidimensionality of your life. The frequency of multidimensionality activates our awareness of our true essence, which is eternal and multidimensional. See this theme? You're realizing, and this is something that I'm trying to frame as well. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I have somebody who's been heavily thinking about you. Whenever that happens in a reading, especially in the beginning, you could know that this person's thinking about you. The soul is timeless. So whether they've passed on or whether you just lost touch with someone or needed to walk away from someone, there is still a soul connection there that needs to be acknowledged. So when we start to recognize that we are eternal, it kind of gives us we get to catch a break, right? A deep breath, a pause from feeling any guilt or, regret. And especially over our choices or lamenting how we have operated in the past or the choices that we've made in the past and what they led to. It's like try not to hang on to too much baggage from the past. You are eternal being. You are an eternal being that is multidimensional, and you can't get it wrong here. You're having all these experiences. It's basically a playground, and we're learning and growing and evolving. And you're showing me here that you understand that. And that more than ever, you're being guided by that inner wisdom. And that really does frame everything in this beautiful, grand light and it allows you to make peace with the journey as you go. It's a beautiful place to be, Cancer. You're showing me a remarkable depth of the soul for October. Now, let's get into your tarot. I'm now getting guided to do a... Weird, I haven't done this for anybody. I've done past, present, future, but only one card. We're going to do 3, 3, and 3, because I'm feeling like this mastery number coming in, 3, 3, 3, ascended master energy. That's why I'm doing it. A lot of you are holding on to a new vision around the work you want to put into something that is meaningful to you, or a lot of your satisfaction and your forward momentum for October is around the work that you do. And you're holding a very high vision for it. Okay? It's very important to you. And the abundance, there's something around you holding the vision of abundance around your resources, your energy, and your craft. This is you holding the vision of the abundance of your soul's journey. All right, let's do the past, present, future now. 3, 3, and 3. Nice. Yeah, this is about your security. Moving out of any kind of victimhood, moving on, heading straight for more financial security, abundance, practicality. It's like you're showing me that you've become a lot more stable in your own self. Not that you might not have been in the past, but like when we reach a King of Pentacles status within ourselves, we actually feel more abundant and we feel more capable of creating whatever it is we're trying to create, because King of Pentacles is the highest aspect other than Emperor. It's the next step to the Emperor of mastering the material plane and not being afraid of being able to do it. I think you're moving straight forward a notion that maybe has been a bit elusive for you in this previous cycle. It's like graduation day for a lot of us because of this. Like I said, this is the eclipse, this portal time, really with this 1010. Actually, am I reading on 1010? I'm reading on 1010, no wonder. Where it's a reset point for the collective. So we have an opportunity to begin anew, literally starting. Actually, I follow different traditions, y'all. I really study all world religions, and I've been tuning into the frequency of Kabbalah lately because underneath a lot of world religions, we have the tree of life, ancient esoteric knowledge. And the Kabbalists, I think I'm saying that right, or Kabbalists, believe every year around this time, around the eclipse, which was last Wednesday, was the time where we're wrapping up our soul's lessons, placing ourselves under judgment. And then we're moving into a new cycle where it's like, okay, I want to strive to be better. I want to recognize my eternal nature, and I want to view life through the lens of the soul and my multidimensionality and my eternalness. And I think that what you're trying to do is you're trying to bring this depth into the material plane because it provides such a foundational security for you, where in the past you may have felt like, I cannot do that on my own. You're headed straight for this feeling and this notion, whether you're a man or a woman, of knowing you can. All right, what's the present energy? Oh, yeah. I see now. You're going through a very significant transformation from a place of being blocked by your wounded self and overcoming that. You may have had a lot of experiences this past year around blocks that triggered you, people hitting triggers, and the blocks that came up in connections or in your career, just things that were actually hurting. 9 of Wands is this feeling of, I'm hurt, I need to protect myself, and I need to safeguard my energy. And so when we get to those prickly places within us, it's time for us to take a step back, regroup, go inward, remember our eternalness, our multidimensional selves, do the healing that we need to do in order to ground King of Pentacles, come out of lack, come out of fear, come out of wound, come out of hurt, and transform the energy. So what I'm seeing presently and in the past, you were being guided towards this direction. Now you're trying to overcome the blocks that stand in the way of that foundation. It's almost like you're being reminded of something that you've already created, but it was just covered up by some triggers. And you're going to, not triggers. I don't know why I said that. There's something that you've been itching to do. And it's like, I don't want to be met with these blocks anymore. And you're starting to understand, well, I need to take responsibility for what's coming up within me. Okay. And you're showing me that you're willing to look at the painful parts of yourself that you don't want to respond to life from that place anymore. And you recognize the difference between going into a situation feeling secure and going into a situation feeling insecure, and what you need to access within you, that soul time, in order to really integrate those aspects of being. Yeah, so you can trust again. This was sideways, 7 of Swords. This is the card of strategizing, Justice. I think that you've had, if you want to talk about circumstantial, you've had some experiences, Cancer, that you've had to walk away from because it was only draining your energy, literally, physically, monetarily, in every way. And now you're standing at this crossroads going through this significant transformation out of that wounded state, learning to trust again, overcoming obstacles, and finding relational harmony yet again. And this feels like it's between you and you. Yes, could you be having significant challenges in a situation around you, around someone that you don't know if you can trust or not with your energy? Of course. But again, everything outside of us is a reflection of how we feel inside. So we always have to take it back to the self. You're showing me here in the future that you're going to drop this, I can't trust life, to I trust myself and my own knowing and my own ability to evaluate a such situation and whether emotional harmony can be achieved. But first, I must find that within myself. Once you achieve that groundedness and that significant, I'm coming out of wounded self, and I can now derive my emotional harmony within, that's it. That's it. And we do this again and again and again. It's not like you arrive there and it sticks and it's permanent. That's why we go through significant transformations in our lifetime. It's called the evolution of consciousness. So you may dip your toe back in a previous way of operating. We're talking about vibration frequency, just to go, oh shit, I remember this. I don't want to be in this. I don't want to operate from this place. So you're catching it and seeing that you're catching the blocks within you based on historical data around your own wounds and trauma, and you're working on them so you can heal them and not let them be such a significant challenge around entering into anything that you desire with this spirit of, I can't trust this. No. You know what I mean? It's almost like I'm going to respond to the world as if it's going to attack me versus welcome on in. I trust myself to handle things accordingly as things go. So that just means that there's some wounds that have to be cleaned up, and you're showing me that you are aware of them and you're dealing with them. And you're giving yourself that soul time, leaning into that multidimensionality. Very important work you're doing as you close up this cycle. I want to go into this death. It's very significant for you right now. Whoop! Ha! I love it. We had the star come out as I squash that plant. We have the star come out. So this is around your wish fulfillment, you co-creating with the universe. You know, she's got one hand in the water, 1 foot in the water of her emotion and 1 foot on the ground. It's like, let's not get too carried away. You got to stay grounded in this here and now, right? In this reality, as you hope and wish for the stars. This is like renewing your hope and faith, coming out of some wounds and feeling a little bit like, you know what? I need a freaking time out, universe. You've been taking a time out for sure. And I think that you're starting to recognize what is being birthed within you, right? What is it that you want to create next? Let's get the rest. Queen of Pentacles. Woo! This could be about a significant person that you encountered. Because now I'm seeing a match here and learning from it. I don't know if you're dealing with this person currently or you're now reviewing and you know, sorry, I've got an acupressure patch on for my immune system, because I got hit with something and I'm all good, but I felt it pulling. So you're trying to learn from, there's just like what I'm getting mostly with this currently is it's time for you to be gentle with yourself. I think you've been unnecessarily hard on yourself, Cancer. When it comes to the unification of both aspects of you, you're having a hard time, and you've had a hard time receiving from others. I'm just going to call it like I see it. I mean, Queen of Pentacles, it's your divine feminine energy around the material plane, like receiving help, receiving, support. And in other words, there's been some significant blocks to letting something in. And you could even have someone right beside you that you've been going through challenges with to find relational, emotional harmony, and you no longer trust the situation to come into balance. So Spirit is saying, okay, well, what do you need in your belief system to open up? What do you need to learn? I think you're trying to discern in a situation whether it's time to move past this person. It feels like somebody that you are either still currently dealing with, or you are going through a timeout and a potential ending here with. And all the wounds that are coming up around this block of energy. Something has gotten stuck in a connection. And if it's not about a connection, something has gotten stuck within you. Again, it's like that buildup of, I'm either incurring so much hurt in this connection and I'm having a hard time finding balance or the point of it, or I've gone through so much that I have a lot I need to just unpack and give myself that time to deal with. No matter if you've got someone in your face and you're trying to make an important decision, because this is the card of being at a crossroads, kind of at that point of, I've kind of had enough here. And I'm going to go through this significant transformation to ground in my energy, to know what it is that I deserve to receive. And I'm going to do the research and actually listen to what my star energy, what this scorpionic energy is telling me. I think you've been trying to transform a situation, not realizing the whole time you were changing. This is that whole, you may have outgrown something. And that whole, well, this is hurting me by holding myself back. So I think that in order for you to come back into emotional harmony, this is about strategizing and overcoming these challenges and obstacles so you can find a path forward. I want to get a little bit more in on why is justice here? Yeah. Again, like I said, everybody's wrapping up major cycles. Yeah. I think you're disappointed because you may have had, usually when I see the King and Queen of Pentacles, it's like a really good match. Like it's a divine union match because they know what it takes to build something healthy. But you may have entered into something. This is like, I'm out of here at the first sign of trouble, or this person. It's almost like there was a potential here. If this was somebody who was like it didn't really get off the ground, it was because neither of you were open in the way you needed to be, because there's too much wounding in the way from the past. Now, if this is somebody that you have been with and you've been dealing with, and it wasn't like this encounter that taught you a lot about what you need to shift and change and heal, then it's still the same. It's just that person, you're still committed to them and you're trying to transform the situation with the potential of evaluating whether this is something you need to end. I do see you trying to make an important decision right now about this situation, it's a crossroads. It's a crossroads. I'm tired. Does this have the goods? Is this dynamic healthy for me? Is this serving me? I was telling Scorpio this. You're going to know what to do. I don't really believe there's a wrong decision. What gets hard is when we stay too long on something that we've outgrown and it's holding us back. Only you know the answer to that. I'm not here to tell you yay or nay. You know. Okay? All I know is you're showing me here is that you're not sure you can trust the situation is going to bring emotional harmony, or you need to heal that part of you that can trust that that's possible for you. If you're sitting here and you have no idea who I'm talking about, what is it that is within you that you need to remove the block of, right? Which goes into you doing the healing work, right? Spending time. Like I said, they're pointing to this multidimensionality. Activate your awareness of your true essence, which is eternal and multidimensional, okay? And moving through your experiences with ease, grace, and great joy. This Justice card, the clarification is the Four of Cups, the World, and the Seven of Wands. You're being guided to take a stand, to not sit in apathy or what was or what has been or what you need to do. It's time for you to step into this Aurora Borealis energy, right? This never-ending journey. We go around and around different areas, different points of view. Ooh, I'm sorry. You get to decide, Cancer, whether... Be careful sitting in disappointment for too long, because Spirit is saying you have a choice whether you want to find happiness here, and you get to decide how long to stay and when to go and how long to hold on to something that is already gone. Okay? You're definitely moving on from a situation, and the more you move away from it, the more you're aligning with foundational energy, feeling more safe and secure in you. I do think that right now you're being guided to take a time out, regardless of whether you're dealing with someone actively or are getting over something that happened recently with someone. It's okay to be disappointed. There will be more offered to you in the future. For now, you might just need to sit with what you feel and know that you need this time to guard your energy, because you're not in a place where you can trust really anyone bringing you any kind of gratification, satisfaction, or validation but you. That's the lesson here. In the near future, you're realizing I need to learn how to make myself happy, because if I assign happiness outside of me, it's just going to get effed. Honestly, I do think that you're being challenged by someone that you knew you couldn't trust from the very beginning, because you weren't really, you knew. I mean, you were the Four of Pentacles in reverse. It's like you were kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. With that Six of Swords and Four of Pentacles in reverse. You're like, Four of Pentacles is holding on to something. In reverse, it's like, I'm not going to hold on to this. Six of Swords is moving on from something. What you're moving toward is you. And I love seeing that. I think that this is about you giving yourself what you need at this time. We're talking about the day-to-day. The things that make you feel grounded, the things that make you feel nourished, right? This is your body being nourished, coming out of a state of maybe even some nervous system dysregulation coming from the Nine of Wands, and any kind of even type of health blocks that you were trying to learn from, so you can transform out of this energy. Things are going to come into balance, but that has everything to do with you protecting your energy. And it's almost like I'm getting this overall vibe of don't engage. Don't engage with anyone that is going to take you off kilter, at least for the next couple of weeks, because there's something around you really needing this time out. You get to take a time out, Cancer. You do. I think you need it. And once you do, you're going to charge forward with confidence. Yeah, but they're telling you be patient right now. Be patient. Be patient with that chariot. It's like, just leave the car and park, right? Go sit beside the sea. Go sit on that mountaintop. Go sit, in the sun, and just be present. And let whatever has happened wash over you, realizing that you are eternal and that you are limitless, and that whatever you have been experiencing will pass. It will pass. I know you've been going through a hard time. Okay? This is apparent with the current energy and you just needing to protect yourself. Yeah. I felt it. I'm like, I feel like you're holding in this sadness. And it's okay, hon. It's okay. Yeah. You might even feel like if you had to walk away from somebody, we have the World in reverse now. It's spun right on top of the Five of Cups. So you may be, I would give this time. Okay. If you had something fall apart because there was wounding in the way and it just wasn't the right time, Give this some time, okay? Release what needs to be released. I feel like there might be an opportunity in time because we have the Five of Cups, the World in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles. This is definitely saying to me, feel what you need to feel, take your time. And whatever happened in the past cycle, you'll have an opportunity to revisit it from a more healed, whole place, from a different perspective at the right time. But I feel like if you engage with whatever it is, either in the midst of your transformation or after something has ended, it might be too soon. Okay. Relational harmony, the focus, the emphasis should be on between you and you, not you and anyone you were dealing with or are currently dealing with. You get right with you, then everything gets right around you. Okay. So your advice is to, you're going to have these waves of sadness. Don't rush it. I know there's a part of you maybe that wants to go back. I think that if you do, you're going to be compromising something you already know, that you can't trust the situation, and it's only going to continue to challenge you. And there will be blocks and obstacles along the way to really find emotional harmony and happiness here. Whatever this was, it was a lesson. And for some of you, it was short-lived. It wasn't a long-term thing, okay? It was almost like that tail end, test while you're trying to close out a cycle that brought up everything, okay? So you could look at it and work on it, okay? I know it's not easy work. I commend you all for doing the work. It's not easy. Let's get a angel and ancestor, angels and ancestors oracle card guide message here for you. What will help support you, Cancer? We've got 2 here. Interesting. I feel this really strong warrior energy. Be the light. Be graceful in movement and action. Yeah, this is about you and you. Let's see what these have to say. These are both important. These are these will help you navigate the coming weeks. Take the higher road and choose the light. Remove yourself from lower energy experiences. No matter what is happening to you or around you, Cancer, you have a choice. Choose not to be pulled into dramas, bickering, or energies that are just going to limit your joy. If you are surrounded by people who are hostile towards you or someone else, or you are in a negative situation, perhaps in your workplace, you're being invited to be the light. You are an incredible person who can really bring light. So how can you change the energy? How can you redirect the conversation to love? How can you protect yourself? How can you help the person that is being picked on? Or are you the one who is guilty of causing a drama? You will know the answers. Know also that you are being encouraged to shine the light you were born to share. The other one, Shaolin Master. Shaolin Master. Slow and steady, breathe and flow. Take a gentler approach. The Shaolin Master, like a monk, has respect for all things. Depicted here holding a praying mantis, one of the forms of Shaolin martial arts. He is disciplined and guided by his art and will never use it to impress the foolish or to appear stronger than someone who is threatening him. You too are being invited to remain graceful in your movement, choices, and actions. You are being guided to flow like water, blow like air, and connect with your purest intentions. Don't feel you need to rush ahead. A gentler approach will be more fruitful and rewarding. Move with subtlety and grace. Reach high, but also ask yourself how you can move with the flow of life rather than pushing against it. Do you have the capacity to refocus your gaze at this time? Can you slow down or take more time to soften and breathe as you move forward? All of this will be incredibly beneficial for what happens next. I hope that you enjoy this message. I think it was very powerful for you. You're not going to get anything wrong here. I feel like you're being extremely, extraordinarily self-aware as you slow things down, wrap up a cycle, release, purge, be graceful, and be the light that you are, Cancer. Okay? I'm sending you so much love. Take care.